Chapter 4 Basic Editing. You should now have a good idea of how to get a recording into Sonar. If you just want to use Sonar as a digital audio recorder, you could just stop there and just layer recording on recording until you have a final project. However, this would be only using a fraction of the power available to you. Sonar is a very versatile sequencer and allows you to edit and rearrange your recording. In this chapter, we'll take a closer look at some of the various ways in which you can do this. Editing is carried out in this area of the interface. This is known as the clips pane. Each recording you make in Sonar creates a new clip in this area. This shows the sequence of events in a project. At the most basic level, you can take any of these clips and using your mouse, drag them somewhere else in your project. Clip movement isn't limited to the same track. Although, if you drag a MIDI clip to an audio track, or vice versa, then it would not be able to play. When moving these clips around your project, there are a number of different ways in which you can do this. As well as being able to move a clip, it is possible to create a copy of the clip instead of moving it. To do this, hold down Control as you use your mouse to drag the clip from one place to the other. If you are moving a clip to another track, you can also choose to lock its position in the timeline by holding down the Shift button. Pressing both Control and Shift allows both of these actions to be combined. Additionally, you can perform any of these actions on a group of clips as well. To select a group of clips, you can either use the Select tool to group select, or alternatively, you can hold down your Control button as you select the clip. Repeating this process on the same clip will remove it from the group. You might have the situation where you will want to split a clip so that you can move a section of it. To accomplish this, you have to switch to using a different tool in Sonar. This is done by selecting one of these icons. In particular, this one here. Now, when we use this mouse on a clip, it will be split at the point you select. You can switch back to the normal Select tool by clicking on this button here. Moving back to the other side of the Split tool, you have a Mute tool. This just does as what you would expect it to do. Mutes the clips or sections of clips that you select while the tool is active. The tools to the right of this are specific tools that relate to other tasks, and we will cover those later in the video at relevant chapters. As well as being able to move clips around a project, you can also perform a task that is known in Sonar as slip editing. This is where you grab the either end of a clip using your mouse and drag it left or right. Thereby increasing or decreasing the length of a clip. The actual clip itself is not changed, so that you can make a particular clip shorter, and then later on increase the length to include the section that was removed when you shorten the clip. Slip editing is useful when editing the start and end points of a clip, so that a clip fits a particular section of your project It becomes even more useful when you start to use it in conjunction with groove clips. Any MIDI clip or audio clip can be converted to a groove clip. The option to do this can be found by right-clicking on the particular clip and selecting the correct option. Or, alternatively, using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and L. You can tell a groove clip on the clips area by its rounded corners. Once you have a groove clip, slip editing the clip so that it is shortened will still perform the same function. If instead you increase the length of the groove clip, what happens is that Sonar will automatically loop the groove clip so that it is repeated. So if you need the same clip duplicated 4 times, it becomes one operation instead of 2 or 3. This is extremely useful if the particular type of music you are working on uses repeated passages, which most forms of music do to some extent, even if it is just with a drum beat. The sharp-eyed among you may have noticed that when moving and placing clips in the clips pane, that they do not fall on the specific point that the clip was dragged to. The reason for this is that the snap to grid is switched on. You can switch this on or off here. It is also handy to use the hotkey N for this, for when you want to quickly switch from one to the other. This means that when you place things on the clip's pane, that the start point of the clip is placed at a specific point. The resolution of this grid can be changed by using the drop-down arrow beside the snap tool. When working with audio clips, you can make them fade in and out. To perform this action, you have to grab the clip from the top left or right while the select tool is in use. To alter the fade, you just need to drag under the small triangle that you see at the top. By default, the fade is a linear fade. This might not suit the needs of your particular situation, so Cakewalk have included other options that you can use. And you can select which to use by right-clicking on the clip somewhere underneath the triangle. Giving you a choice of 2 more fades, a slow or a fast curve. When you sit an audio clip on top of another audio clip, what happens is that both of them play at the same time. If you're trying to combine 2 clips together, for example to correct a mistake, it is normal to have the initial clip fade out as the other clip fades in. This will help smooth over the transition between the 2 clips. Since overlap in audio clips like this is a fairly common occurrence, Cakewalk have included an automatic crossfader. This is activated by using this tool button here. Now when the 2 audio clips overlap, the crossfades are applied to the clips accordingly. The default curves for the fades and crossfades can be changed by using the drop-down arrow to the right of the tool button. When you are editing, sometimes it helps to be able to look at things in more or less detail. Zooming can be performed by using either of these 2 widgets in the corner of this section of the clips pane. Two other tools exist to help you. The first of these will zoom so that the project will take up the whole window as far as possible. And the second of these affects the vertical zoom. In this chapter, we cover the basic editing functions. In the next, we'll go through the various different views available within Sonar.